The story of the domesticated cat begins not in palaces or temples, but in the grain fields of the Fertile Crescent. This region, encompassing parts of the modern Middle East, saw the dawn of agriculture and the rise of the first human settlements. These early farmers, cultivating crops like wheat and barley, inadvertently set the stage for a momentous encounter. They had unknowingly laid out a welcome mat for a small, resourceful predator, the wildcat. These wildcats, specifically were not the pampered house cats we know today. These were skilled hunters, perfectly adapted to life in the wild. They were smaller than their modern descendants, with a sandy brown coat providing excellent camouflage in their arid environment. Their lives were about survival, hunting small prey to sustain themselves. Little did they know that their destiny was about to become intertwined with the humans who were changing the landscape around them. The rise of agriculture brought about a profound shift in the balance of nature. As humans began to store surplus grain, they unwittingly created a veritable feast for rodents. Mice and rats, drawn to the abundance of food, multiplied rapidly, becoming a persistent nuisance to the early farmers. These grain stores, representing the fruits of human labor, were now under constant threat from these voracious pests. The proliferation of rodents did not go unnoticed by the keen senses of the wildcats. Drawn by this readily available food source, they began venturing closer to human settlements. The granaries, teeming with plump, unsuspecting rodents, must have seemed like a hunter's paradise. The wildcats, with their natural hunting instincts, were perfectly equipped to exploit this new opportunity. They were agile, stealthy, and blessed with exceptional night vision, making them formidable adversaries to the rodent population. For the early farmers struggling to protect their precious grain stores, the arrival of the wildcats must have been a welcome sight. Here were natural pest controllers, elegantly efficient in keeping the rodent population in check. The farmers, recognizing the cat's value, likely began to encourage their presence. This marked the beginning of a mutually beneficial relationship between humans and cats, one that would shape the destinies of both species for millennia to come. What began as a matter of practicality soon blossomed into something deeper. The farmers, observing the grace and agility of these feline hunters, began to appreciate them not just for their pest control abilities, but also for their inherent beauty and independent nature. The cats, in turn, grew accustomed to the presence of humans, associating them with food and safety. This mutual tolerance, born out of necessity, laid the foundation for a bond that would evolve over thousands of years. The transition of cats from wild predators to cherished companions was a gradual one, unfolding over generations. Archaeological evidence suggests that this process began as early as 9,500 years ago. In 2004, archaeologists made a remarkable discovery on the island of Cyprus. The carefully buried remains of a human and a cat lay to rest together in a shallow grave. This finding provides the earliest known evidence of a close relationship between humans and cats, suggesting that these animals held a special place in human society far earlier than previously thought. The Cyprus burial is not an isolated incident. Other archaeological sites around the world have yielded further evidence of the ancient bond between humans and cats. In ancient Egypt, cats were revered as sacred animals, embodying grace, intelligence, and divine power. They were often depicted in art and mythology, their images adorning tombs and temples. The goddess Bastet, a deity associated with protection, fertility, and motherhood, was often depicted with the head of a cat, highlighting the esteemed position these animals held in Egyptian society.